Good morning. So, I'm seeing this go and float around on the old X sphere. People talking about Ted Cruz talking about abolish the IRS and we'll implement a 5% flat tax. Here's where that's a trick. It's a setup. First off, there's actually no law that requires you to pay the federal income tax. It's completely voluntary. You're telling on yourself, which violates your Fifth Amendment right, when you file a W-2 or any of those tax forms or your 1040s or any of them. Because you're telling on yourself. You have the right not to incriminate yourself. But if you actually even take the time to actually write the IRS and ask them specifically what law says that I'm actually required to pay taxes, they'll write you back and tell you that Congress once passed a bill or a law and said that if they ever levied taxes against the American people, that the IRS, Internal Revenue Service, would be the ones to collect it. However, it doesn't actually answer the question of what actual law there is, because there isn't one. And they know this, but they won't tell you that. They'll just tell you how the Congress said that they could collect taxes if Congress ever levied taxes. And, well, Congress never levied any law or any tax against the American people. So that's why it's a trick, you see, because they've gotten you to believe that taxes are mandatory and that they're not voluntary, which they actually are. And so then you go lobby for the abolishment of the IRS and to have a tax placed upon you or levied on you, and creating a law that says you don't have to pay one, when in reality, prior to that, you actually didn't have a law that said you had to pay one. You see how that's a trick? You see, I get you to believe that you actually have to do it, and then you turn around and you ask for a law to be created, and you think that you're making things better, when in reality you were actually free the whole time, and now you've just put the chains onto your own wrist. And now you can't figure out why now you're bound and shackled when before you were actually free, but you didn't know you were free. You know, it's like you had all this space to run around and play, and then all of a sudden I told you, well, if you come inside and I'll give you a piece of candy. When you go inside and you're like, oh, that's great in here. There's all this candy and fun stuff in here. And it's so nice. There was no candy outside. Well, unfortunately, now you're locked inside, but you're trapped. You're locked inside, whereas before you could go wherever you wanted to go. And now you only eat when I want you to eat and what I want you to eat. This is where that's a trick. So I just wanted to put that out there, let you guys know there's actually no law that says you have to pay a federal income tax. Ask them. I've done it. Done it a number of years ago. People do it all the time. They'll send you a bunch of pamphlets and brochures, and if you press them, they'll try and get big, bad, and tough and be like, well, you can go to jail for tax evasion. Well, no, that's only if you make the mistake and you lie and you file the other paperwork, which is basically putting a noose around your neck. So anyways, just wanted to let you know that, as always, thank you for watching. I'm Raya, and these are my views.